Welcome, everybody. Hi. So I would really love it if you could put your cameras on so we can see faces. Here we go. Hi. So we are waiting. There were about 33 people who registered. And I think we're waiting for some people to arrive. There is a lot that I want to get through. So I'm also would like to start as soon as we can. I see Bradley is battling to connect audio.
Dina, I think we should get started, and then the scragglers can just join. Karen will admit them as and when.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so welcome everybody to our goal setting workshop. My name is Dina Cramer, and I'm an executive coach. I've worked in the field of personal and leadership development for over 20 years now. But I think my claim to fame, the thing that I'm most proud of, is that I'm a single mom of 4 amazing sons that are now adults. I didn't know if I'd get through it sane, but I have managed to. So my real passion is law of attraction, and I'm going to be bringing in ideas on law of attraction into this session as well. So what I'd like to do, we were going to go into breakout rooms, but I think what I'd like to do, and if we can keep it to literally 1 minute, for people to introduce themselves, to say your name, your business, what is your goal? Even if you haven't, I know this is a goal setting workshop, but even if you don't have a clear idea of what your goal is, you must have some kind of idea of what it is you want and why it is important to you. I'm going to give everybody 1 minute. So you'll see here, I'm going to be quite strict with the timing because we don't have a lot of time. But you'll see 1 minute is more than enough time to be able to answer all of these questions. So what I say to people is, if what you want to say is a full-length Netflix movie, please give me the trailer version of it. Okay. So let us start with whoever feels comfortable to start, and then that person can hand it over to the next person. You can see I've still got 33 seconds to go, so it's more than enough time for a minute. Nadine, you want to start?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Nadine Mulherber. I'm the owner of Sheer Bliss. We're a corporate and mobile massage business. And I was so excited to attend this workshop because I've been very into manifesting this year. I've listened to Tara Swart on The Source, and I've listened to Roxy, someone on her manifesting. I've got a vision board. It's on my laptop. So when I think about goals, I don't just think about one goal. I've got lots of goals. I've got fitness goals, and I've got family goals, and I've got business goals. So yeah, and my skill set is execution, but I always feel like there's almost like a fear that comes in when these things are actually coming to light. And yeah, I'm just so excited to be here. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Who are you passing on to? Oh, I
I'll
see.
nominate Darren.
Yeah, Darren has Okay, great. Thanks, Darren. Off you go.
I'm happy to go next. Thank you. My name is Darren, and I'm involved in financial services. I've got lots of goals, from business to personal, and I think they're important to me because I want to grow, and I think got to set yourself goals if you want to grow. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so Mulingoni, is that how you
Yes, you actually pronounce it very nicely. Good morning, everyone. My name is Moringo. I'm not sure if my camera, you can see me, but there's something wrong with my camera.
There we go. We can see you.
Can you?
On it. Yes, now we can see you.
Oh, can you? I can't even see myself, but it's okay. My name is Moringo. Just like everybody else, I've got a vision board at the back of my door and so many visions, and I'm just so excited that I'm crushing each one of them. But for me, my life goal is to actually live a life of service to others.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the reason I started like this is because I think, first of all, OrtJet is a place for you to network. So we want to network, we want to get to know people. I know it's a bit difficult online. But secondly, you know, it's not as important to have a goal as to know why that goal is important to you. The why is really, really the main thing that's going to drive your passion, your commitment to that goal. So I think if you can really think about, you know, why do you want what it is you want? Why is it important to you? So just very quickly, why we set goals is we want to focus our attention. It gives us a time frame to work within. It motivates us. If you are part of a bigger company, it ensures that everybody's clear about what's happening, and it also allows us to reward ourselves when we complete our task. Now, I just want to check, does everybody know SMART goals? Because I think they're now teaching it in schools, but does everybody know what a SMART goal is? Nadine, I see you nodding. Darren? Okay, so SMART goals, when we think about traditional goal setting, they always talk about SMART goals. And what they say about SMART goals is that the goal needs to be specific. So you need to know exactly what you are aiming towards. It can't be vague. You need to be able to measure it. So you need to know how much. It needs to be actionable, which means that you need to be the one who can take action on that goal. It has to be realistic and time-framed. But I'm going to take a little bit of a different view, as I said, and I'm so glad that you guys have got your vision boards, and I am going to have a bit of a law of attraction slant on this. And we are going to come back to SMART goals towards the end. So, sorry. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is to create a vision for your success. So I hope that you've all got a pen and paper with you. I know you've got your vision boards there. What I want to do is I want you to imagine that it is this time next year. So it is September 2025. And you're writing to me or to OrtJet, to your mentor, to say to this person, to tell them all the wonderful things that you've already achieved. So you're writing from the future as if it's already happened. You're going to put what you write needs to be in positive words. So what that means is, like, if, for example, now you're in really shabby offices, you're not going to say, I'm no longer in those shabby offices. You're going to say, I'm now in beautiful offices that I absolutely love. You want to describe as much as possible. I walk in and I feel so much joy. The atmosphere is just so positive. So you're going to describe in as much detail as possible in the present tense using positive words, no negative words. So you could put it as, dear Dina, dear mentor, dear OrtJet, whatever it is. I'm so happy and grateful now that. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to write this out, and then I'm going to check in on you. So yeah, if you could just start doing that, please. I hope you're writing it down and writing in full sentences, because writing in full sentences really helps us to discover more about what we want. Okay, so I just want to check, do you need more time? Who needs more time? Okay, I'm going to give you another 2 minutes. Hi, Darren, you're back. Okay. Are you guys finished? Do you need more time? I know it's a little bit difficult, and maybe you do need more time. Maybe this is something you can continue, but I'm wondering if you've had enough of an idea of what it is you want, and you've written that down and you've put it into the present tense as if it has already happened. Can I just hear from you guys to yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you can hear from us.
Okay. Lingoni, have you written enough? Have you got an idea?
I mean, I think I've got an idea because I want to start driving to go pick up the kids. Hence, I want to start. So I was
Okay.
just listening in. Okay, so this is what I wrote. So, dear coach, which is my coach, right? I'm very grateful for the opportunity that you've given to me to walk through this journey with me. Today, on the 17th of September, 2025, I'm happy to be working in an office at Lion Pride Business Park with so much pride, having 5 appointments today. And when I check my bank account, it really does resemble the people that I've helped throughout the few months that you've journeyed with me. And I'm not sure if I'm correct though.
Yes, perfect.
Oh, is it? Should I go on?
Yes, you can go on.
So, and then it says, let you know that I have made, I just wanted to actually let you know that I have made a difference in so many companies that I've coached throughout the month. And I'm happy to let you know that all the clients that I've been working up, all the clients that I got, I've been journeying with them in their growth journey. And also I was able to sign up a written clients for accounting services. That's actually where I stopped.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing. I wasn't actually going to have people sharing like this, but I think because it's a small group, it's great. So thank you for sharing. I know, Nadine, you're in an office, so you can't really share. And Darren he is having a problem with his connectivity, so he is on and off all the time. So I'm just going to ask the AutoJet team just to watch out for him, to admit him as he goes on and off. Okay. So the next part of this process is to ask yourself, who do you have to be to fit into this picture? Now, who you are now does not fit into this picture. Otherwise, you would already have and be achieving the results that you have. So when you visualize this picture, when you read what you've written, what kind of person can you see in the picture? Both in qualities and actions. So just as you read and think about what you've written, the person there in that letter, what are they doing? What are they saying? How are they behaving? I want you to get a very clear picture of that. And how is that different to who you are right now? How is that different to who you are right now? Do you get a sense of what I'm saying? Yeah? So I want you to write down some of those things. What is different? Okay. So what is different? And those are the things that you need to start doing differently. But just first, I want you to write what is different about that person. So when I think about myself in my letter, I'm more confident. I've lost weight. I am energized. I am positive. So there's a whole lot of so those are ways that I may be different, right? So you put those things down in terms of how are you different? What are you doing that is different? How are you behaving that is different? How are you showing up that is different? And these are the things that you need to now look at. What do you need to do differently to fit into this picture? So I want you to create a list. Just jot down what are the things that you need to do differently to fit into this picture. And if you need to ask a question or get some guidance or clarity on this, just let me know. Nadine, are you done?
Yeah, it's quite a difficult one because I think like so many of those elements, if I think about just goals like let's just say fitness and business and all of those things, and if I think about what's different, I'm like, gosh, what more could she be doing if I'm already doing CrossFit 3 times a week and yoga once a week and spinning once a week and parkrun on a Saturday? Like, who's this person? Is she just living on chicken breasts? So I think that it's difficult to put those into words in a way, because if you're already like doing the things, then it's hard to say what's different,
Yeah. And then if
from
you are
there.
doing the things, and it does take time, so it's not like a magic wand that you wave and all of a sudden, if you do, so that's the next slide I'm going to talk about is, you exercise once and now, you're fit. It doesn't work like that. You have to do it over time. But what I'd love you to do, and we don't have the luxury of the time in this workshop, but to really take that letter that you have, and when you read it, try and get a real sense of who that person is that is in that picture. What are they doing? And maybe what are they doing that's different to what you're doing? Okay, so really just try and live into who is that Nadine in that picture that's maybe different to who I am right now. And it might even be that that person is kinder to themselves, or even just a little bit more patient. I don't know what it is, but there's something there that is different to how you are right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, that's great. Thank you.
Perfect. Are we ready to carry on? Molingoni?
I am ready, but I was almost going to drive. But do you have a question for me before I start driving?
No. I'm just, are you still, that's fine. I was just checking if you've understand and you've got your list of things that you need to do differently to fit into
No,
the picture.
yes, I do have quite a lot. And I think when you were asking us what is it that is different, I thought there were quite a lot of stuff that was different from the person that I am now. When I look at my 17th of September, 2025, like the first thing that came into my mind is the woman that I saw who was more confident with um with what she was doing. Like she knew exactly what she was doing, which is maybe different from what I am now. And I think the one interesting thing that I saw was that that woman that I saw was smelling very nice. That's yeah. And
Lovely.
was
I
smelling
love
different.
that.
Eh?
I love that.
Yeah. So that woman that I saw was smelling actually different from the way I am. And she was actually also wearing a formal clothes. That is something that I haven't done it ever since I stopped working in a corporate. So there was so many stuff that was different from the way I am. And I think that is a journey to explore the next coming year from this moment onwards for me.
Exactly. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so you're going to get into the car now. I hope that you're going to be able to still follow. So this is an interesting one, and it comes from a book called The Slight Edge. And I'd really encourage you to get the book, or I think there might be an audio version of it, even on YouTube. And basically, what he talks about, I think the guy's name is Jeff Olson. Yeah, it's Jeff Olson. And what he talks about is he says that he equates our success and our goals to compound interest. So what he says is that there are things that we can do to make us successful. And these things are quite easy to do, but they are also easy not to do. There are small, simple things that we can do. And they're also easy not to do. So, for example, we're talking about, let's say we're talking about the health and fitness. If I decide to eat a burger today, it's not going to make me fat. But if I make the same choice every single day, I'm going to get fat and I'm going to get unhealthy. The same thing as if I decide to have a salad today, it's not going to make me thin. But if I decide to eat salad every day, it's going to help to make me thin. So what he's saying is that these small little things that we can do, they are uncomfortable in the beginning, but they become more comfortable later. Whereas those comfortable things, like eating the burger, that easy way, the comfortable way, is comfortable at first, but it actually becomes uncomfortable later. So what he's talking about is that we need to make small, deliberate daily actions. We need to create small daily deliberate actions, which we work towards every single day. And these things, if we work towards them every single day, they are going to make us successful. And in the beginning, yes, they're going to be uncomfortable. It's about breaking the old habits, the things that we do that create help us to not be as successful as we want to be, that procrastinate and all those things that drive us towards not being able to achieve our goals. So we want to look at those things and create daily deliberate actions that are going to get us towards where we want to be. Okay, does that make sense? It's compounded. It's not going to change us immediately. And in the beginning, it's going to take a lot of effort. And I think, Nadine, like you're saying, you can see here, along here, it's where you start, it's flat, 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 and then all of a sudden it starts to compound. Okay, so if you stick with it, you do start to see the success, but you need to stick with it. Okay, so that is the slight edge. So what we need to do is we need to make commitments to ourselves, and those commitments need to be SMART, which means that they need to be specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-framed. We need to be able to put them into your diary and make them those daily deliberate actions. So when you look at the things that are maybe different and the things that you want to do differently from who you are now to the picture that you have, pick some things that are going to make the biggest impact for you. Okay, it doesn't have to be a big action, it's a small action. So for example, I'm going to drink 8 glasses of water a day. If I'm not drinking enough water, because you need water in order for your mind to be able to function properly and well. Okay, it might be that I'm going to dress in the more formal attire. I'm going to present myself in a more professional way. But the kind of things that I'm looking for are things that you can do on a daily basis. So when you think about, for example, confidence, okay, because that was one that came up. What can you do on a daily basis to improve your confidence levels? Okay, be able to put it into an action. That action must be specific, measurable, actionable, which means that you are the one that needs to take action on it, realistic and time-framed. Are there any questions about this one? Have you all got some idea of what it is even just maybe one thing that you're going to do differently?
So would you count something like, I mean, like at the moment, I've just been listening to like a daily meditation. I've committed to 40 days. It's 5 minutes, part of the morning school routine, drop the kid off at school, put the meditation on and just do like 5 minutes of affirmations. So would that be considered like an actionable item?
Yes. Yes. So as long as you, so remember you need to, so that is specific because you're doing affirmations, you're doing, I don't know, you're saying a particular thing 10 times, whatever it is. When are you doing it? So it needs to be time framed. You need to say, this is when I'm doing it. So you're doing it after you take the kids to school. Yeah, perfect. It's something that you can act on. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to look at all the other things as well that you need to do differently and see, are there things that you can do that you can actually break down into daily deliberate actions, which are going to move you closer to the person in the picture. Yes, like atomic habits. Exactly. Okay. Next thing is that we need to do it. Okay. So now it's up to you to do what you've set out to do. And it's important for us to take responsibility to make it happen. And I take the word responsibility and I've broken it up into response and ability. So it's your ability to respond. So it's really important here to remember why you want what you want, because often those daily deliberate actions are uncomfortable and we don't want to do them. Let's say it is, I'm going to phone, I'm going to do 5 cold calls a day. Okay, that's something that you really don't want to do, but you might feel that that's the thing that's going to move you forward. So it's really important for us to remember why. Why do I want this? I want this because I want a better life for my family. I want this because I want to be fulfilling my life's purpose and be living a life of service, for example, like you were saying, Mulingoni. So we need to, when the going gets tough, we need to hook onto remembering why we want what we want. And we need to ask ourselves, how much do I really want this? How much do I really want my business to succeed? How much do I really want this goal? And often I ask people in coaching to put that into a percent. So to say, I want this from 0 to 100%. And usually people will say 100%. I want it 100%. So my next question is, how much responsibility are you willing to take to achieve this? And remember, the responsibility is your responsibility. So how much responsibility are you willing to take to achieve this? If you want it 100%, you should be willing to take at least 80% responsibility. Because if you are an empowered human being, and that's really what we want to be, we shouldn't allow the outside world to impact us more than 20%, right? We shouldn't allow other things to throw us off our course more than 20%. So we want to take at least 80% responsibility to achieve, to do the things that we want to do. And often I see that people are they say, I want it 100%, but I'm only going to take 50% responsibility. That doesn't weigh up. We really need to up the responsibility level, which means that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Which brings me on to my next slide, which is integrity. Now, integrity is vital to success. And I know integrity has different meanings, different definitions for different people. But for me, integrity means doing what you said you'd do by the time you said you'd do it. So for example, Nadine, if you say that you're going to do 10 affirmations at 8 o'clock in the morning, 3 times a week. And let's say we even more specific, we go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now it comes to Monday, and there's something that you've overslept, or you don't feel like it because you're tired, or there's something, okay? What we want to do is we want to commit to our word rather than our thinking and our feeling, because our thinking and our feeling comes into play, and our thinking and our feeling makes us go, oh, I don't feel like doing this. I'm going to be tired. So our thinking comes into play. And thinking and feeling are things that we cannot really control. We can control our thinking, but the thing that we can control 100% is our word. And if you have put down in your diary those smart things that we said, those daily deliberate actions, and you've put a time frame with it, and you say, this is what I'm going to do at that particular time, no matter what is happening, you make sure that you do it. You're committed. It's a discipline. I love Stephen Covey's quote, which says, making and keeping promises to ourselves precedes making and keeping promises to others. Often we are so good at keeping promises to other people, but not to ourselves. We need to make sure that if you say you're going to do something, come hell or high water, you do it. Even if you don't feel like doing it, even if your mind is telling you this is not a good time to do it, you've made a promise to yourself, you stick to it. Okay. So what I want to leave you with is something called a research question. And a research question is a question that you keep on asking yourself over and over and over again throughout the day. It's almost like a broken record in the back of your consciousness. And you can decide, you can formulate a research question for yourself. But these are some ideas of research questions that you can ask. What can I do today to move myself closer to my vision? Every morning, every day, you can ask yourself, what can I do today to move myself closer to my vision? You could also try this one. Who am I being right now? Is this in line with my vision? Okay, who am I being right now? Is this in line with my vision? So for example, if I'm walking around the house and I'm working, because now we're all working at home, and I'm in slippers and I'm not dressed formally or whatever it is that in line with your picture of yourself in, formal attire, being professional? No, it's not. So maybe even if you're just at home where nobody really is going to see you, even just dressing up makes you feel good, makes you feel more professional. Okay. Another question you could ask is, and this is, you ask yourself this constantly. So while you're doing whatever it is you're doing, you can ask yourself, will this move me closer or further away from my goal? Very often we get stuck doing little mundane things, these urgent, silly things that fill up our day. For example, emails. We just get stuck answering emails all day. And by the end of the day, I realize I haven't actually done anything of significance. I haven't done anything important because I've just been answering emails all day. So if you have consciousness about it, you're going to ask yourself this question: will answering this email right now move me closer or further away from my goal? No, I need to do something that's going to move me closer to my goal. And I will answer the emails later or in the evening. There's a beautiful book by Tim Ferriss. I think it's called The 4-Hour Work Week. Get that. It's really, really good. Gives you some ideas of how to structure your time so that you are the most productive and really able to work on yourself, on your business. Okay, so that is what I have for you today. And I'm wondering if you have any questions. So it's gone a lot quicker because we were supposed to have 30-something people, but we haven't. And yeah, so I'm wondering what, do you have any questions? And then we can go from there to takeaways. Nadine, let's check with you. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't really have any questions. I think that, the main takeaway for me is looking at that future self instead of it being like a practical thing of like, physically, what does she look like? I like the idea that it can be more about how does she feel and how does she act, and trying to envisage this persona that maybe doesn't necessarily look completely different, but just feels different in many ways.
Absolutely, absolutely. The feeling part of it in terms of manifestation is one of the most powerful parts of manifestation. We need to be able to feel it. And very often it is that feeling, so we can dress the part, we can look the part, but we don't feel the part. So it's that self-belief, that self-confidence, positivity, etc. Absolutely. Thanks, Nadine. Mulingoni, are you able to speak? I'm not sure. She might be picking up kids.
I am at the robot though, but it's a red robot. I think I can speak. So I've got a question, right? I think I struggle quite a lot with self-esteem. I know you wouldn't believe it. What advice would you give to me as a person?
Or did you say self-esteem?
Yes.
Okay. So there are so many different ways to approach it, Moningoni, and I don't know what you have already done, what's worked for you, what hasn't worked for you. All I can say is the stuff that I have done on myself, and I think that all of us, I don't know, I can say that I've worked a lot on my own self-esteem. So I think I've done a lot of inner child work, really just being able to speak to and engage with my inner child to help my inner child feel not so not so judged, not so shy, etc. So I've done a lot of work on my own inner child. I've done many meditations. So I love meditations. I work with meditations and guided visualizations, affirmations, if that works for you as well. So there's so many different things you can do, even just from changing things like your posture. So just being aware of sitting up straight, just something like that helps us to feel more confident, to feel better about ourselves, instead of like sitting and slouching, for example. So just being aware of standing up straight, radiating, positivity. So it's a very difficult question for me to answer, because there's so many different ways to deal with self-esteem. But I hope that I've given you some ideas. Mulingoni?
Yes, you have given me. Thank you.
Wonderful. Do you have any takeaways? Mulingoni, are you able to give us a takeaway?
I've got quite a lot for happened on the 20th of September. So those are the stuff that I'm going to take with me the whole year to say I'm still going to rewrite and just make it more nicer, because for me it will be a journey to remember, starting from today, to say to my mentor or to my coach, this is my plan for the next coming year, and this is how I want to do it. So this is a better way in which one could explain goal setting for me, and just
Wonderful.
do it easily in the form of writing a letter.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mulingoni. Okay, well, that is then the end of the session. I really wish both of you so much success in your goals. I'd love to hear how things go, so please keep me updated. I am sure that you'll be able to get access to the slides. Yes, Karen is saying yes. So yeah, so you'll be able to have access. I know we went through very, very high level. We've just scratched the surface, but you'll be able to, on your own, work through this at a bit of a slower pace. So I really wish you all the best and lots of success. Bye. Oh, Helene, yeah?
Thank you so much, Dina.
No, I just wanted to say thank you. I was actually looking for the chat and I just pressed the wrong button. Dina, thank you so much. It was inspiring and insightful, and sort of, you sort of think, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But, as you said, one little thing, one little promise to yourself, Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dina.